But first we'd like to nail a tap dance with our toes.
Bill and Judy made their first appearance as hosts of the Cappy's Gala.
We're delighted to be here, and welcome to Cappy's 2000. I don't know, Judy, we're going to try to make this the greatest celebration of high school theater in the history of high school theater.
You know, the Tonys may have more jewelry, but the Cappies are going to have more fun. Just watch.
And I bet we're going to have a lot more noise, too, beginning with the presentation of the nominees for Cappy's 2000. Give them a hand.
And the Cappy goes to...
The Washington Post's Mary Lou Toussaint presented the first ever Cappy Award.
Savannah Lions, Thomas Jefferson.
A total of 21 Cappies were awarded that night. After presenting the awards for Best Musical and Best Play, Fairfax County School Superintendent Daniel Dominich had this to say.
Well, Judy and Bill, what a remarkable event this has been. Nobody has ever done anything like this anywhere, ever. The Cappies, and you guys did it.
Closing the first gala and every gala since has been another creative adaptation by Bill. New lyrics for the song One from a chorus line.
Now we're here to show the nation your next theater generation. We're
In 2000, the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts became the home of the annual Cappy's Gala. The move to this high-profile venue gave the Cappy's program the status and visibility it deserved. At the second gala, Judy had this observation on the working relationship between her and Bill.
This is the Wallace and Gromit part. Bill is a lot like Wallace, who has really big ideas and lots of them. And I, Gromit, just follow along.
There are always a few surprises at the Cappy's Gala.
A surprise for me! It is my lovely bride, Janie Strauss, the chair of the Fairfax County School Board, who will give the award for lead actress in a musical. I'm delighted. We have a presenter!
With a concept as exciting as the Cappies, it wasn't long before Cappy's programs were created in other cities. In 2002, a new event was created, the Cappy's National Theater. Every year from late July into August, select Cappy's honorees from programs across the U.S. attend workshops and present 3 shows in Washington, D.C. at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. The Cappy's program continues to grow and is now active in 17 cities in the United States and Canada.
Come hear my testimony.
The original Cappy's program in the D.C. metro area is now in its 9th year. The Cappy's Gala at the Kennedy Center continues to showcase outstanding performances by talented students. Over the years, the number of awards presented has grown to 38. Every gala has opened with Come On Get Cappy and ended with One. And every gala has contained this message from Bill to the students.
Oh, the day is coming, and it's not far off, when many of you will make your mark on the culture. You'll do it on the stage, you'll do it in film, you'll do it in music and dance. You're going to do it on the Kennedy Center stage, you're going to do it in the Lincoln Center, you'll do it in Hollywood, you'll do it across America and around the world, because you are the next great theater generation.
Thank you for that wonderful collage of Cappy's events. Thank you, Branson and Yasser. Branson, that monologue's always been a particular favorite of mine, and Yasser, I played that role and struggled with that particular speech when I was in college. I really enjoyed your interpretations. The Strauss daughters, Melanie, Victoria, and Becky, will now share memories of their dad, and they'll demonstrate their own performance skills for us tonight. Please welcome Bill's daughters, Melanie, Victoria, and Becky.
Thank you. Our dad has been a great many things, and many of you know him for very different reasons. We have known him as all of those things you remember him as. But more importantly, we knew him as just Dad. And I suppose you're wondering, with all the things that filled his life, how was there any time for family? Well, there always was. And that's why much of the time he worked into the wee hours of the night. So he could go to our soccer games, our chorus concerts, help edit our papers, help us practice for job interviews, or whatever it may have been. He was always there. Growing up, we always had dinner together every night, 6 p.m. on the dot. We all sat around the table and debated and questioned each other and talked over each other and laughed and listened. Now, he was not the dad that would buy jewelry or flowers on your birthday, which all would have been great. No, he wrote us poems, he sketched pictures, wrote a parody to a song, or personalized emoji dies. He always went out of his way to make us each feel special in his own creative, unique, and sincere way. All of us had very different relationships with my dad, and my relationship was special because he was the one who found me. Or as my mom likes to say, he was the one who gave birth to me. Hoping to adopt a child, my parents worked with a priest who was placing abandoned babies from Peru with American families. Just as things looked up, Peruvian social workers began exchanging babies for money, and the American embassy, to their credit, refused to allow American families to accept babies from Peru for money. Well, my parents knew there were still abandoned babies, and my dad was confident he would find a way to adopt one. With the help of a doctor he met in Lima, he disguised himself as a doctor in order to get into the hospital and see the babies himself. There he found 4 babies, and as he used to tell me, I was the one screaming and crying louder than any of the others. He said he just knew this would be his daughter. With no name previously picked out, he picked me up and felt so victorious. He named me Victoria. He was my knight in shining armor, and he gave me a fairy tale of a life. Since we're up here, we'd like to take a moment to also tell you about his undeniable love for our mom. Married for 34 years, he was clearly the complete opposite of her, and yet they fit so perfectly. Their love was truly unconditional, and was especially evident during the darkest times throughout our dad's cancer. Our mom was always there to care for our dad, and he was always there to tell her it was going to be okay. The two of them were the glue that kept our family together. Even in his last month, when we would sit with him, you could see his mind churning, and we would ask him what he was thinking about. He would always say, "Your mom. He loved you so much, Mom." And we do too.
To the long list of everything that made our father a great man, his drive, his devotion to public service, his ability to see things no one else could, we can add one more. He was the best father anyone could wish for. He was always supportive, always teaching us, always challenging us, and he was always so much fun. In truth, we worshipped our father. We loved being around him. We seized every opportunity to take a walk with him along the Sino Canal, or a convertible ride out to the country. He would bounce ideas off of us, maybe his latest Lurie dies, a book idea, or how a new cultural trend fit into his generational theory, and we soaked it all up. My fondest memories of my father are the trips the two of us took together. Ever since I was 15, usually once, often twice a year, we take a trip, rent a convertible, always a convertible, and explore the country. Our favorite destination was the American Southwest, which we visited a good 5 times. But we also did the Deep South, Italy, Puerto Rico, and Quebec. Now, traveling with my father was kind of like a private tutorial, and I loved it. Every night after dinner, we would take a long walk and talk about what we had learned that day, about the people, the places, their history, and politics. But traveling with him was so much more. It was an adventure. I remember in Italy, we were driving on an empty stretch of highway, and he insisted on flooring it to see how fast our tiny little rental car could go. It turns out it could go 120 miles an hour. Took us a while to get there, but we made it there. Or there was a time when we hiked down the Grand Canyon. He was still recovering from a chemo treatment. I had a broken foot, and we had only 2 small water bottles between us. We were well prepared. We barely made it out, and I kept him from falling over the edge more than once. And then there was a time when we drove away and left our luggage on the sidewalk in Savannah, Georgia, at the beginning of a long road trip. In true Strauss fashion, naturally, we thought the other one would take care of the luggage. 10 hours later, when we opened the trunk in Alabama, it was empty. And we weren't upset at all, we just laughed and laughed. It was great because we didn't have to worry about what to wear for the rest of the trip because we already had it on. For some teenagers and young adults, a vacation with their dad might seem dull or less than appealing, but there was never a dull moment traveling with my dad. They were the best times in my life. Looking back, I can't help but think how lucky we are that he was our father.
I'll read a personal thank you note to Bill from his mother, our grandmother, who lives in San Francisco and regrettably is unable to be here today. Dear Bill, I'm so fortunate to have shared much of the joy in your life of almost 70 years, watching you grow, aspire, achieve, and accomplish. I thank you for never boring me, for sharing your imaginative ideas with me, for making me laugh at your whimsical thoughts, for helping me expand my mind with your wonderfully written words, for walks along ocean beaches, hikes in the woods or to mountaintops, watching sunsets, and moonrises over San Francisco Bay, for a host of happy memories, and for filling me with pride for all you did for so many others, and with gratitude for the caring love you gave me. And I owe very special thanks to you, son, for having the excellent taste to give me the privilege of being the mother-in-law of the world's greatest daughter-in-law, Jamie Strauss, and then as grandparent to your fabulous family. It has been said that nobody is replaceable, but that everybody can be replaced. I beg to differ, dear family, friends, associates, and admirers of Bill's, for it would take a whole bunch of earnest, enthusiastic, and energetic people to even try to accomplish what Bill did and what he still dreamed of doing. So I challenge you all to go forth and do so in his memory. Love your mother, Susie Strauss.
When we were kids, our dad loved to hear us sing. And during his final weeks, we had many an impromptu concert by his bedside with family and friends. We'd like now to take a moment to sing a song that we sung to him several times in his last month. A song that meant a lot to us and a lot to him.